a life lesson you would like to tell our audience?
I think a life lesson that I would like to tell those watching today is two things. One, always try and put yourself in the shoes of the person that you want to say something unpleasant to before you say it. And I think we all will be in a situation where there will be a colleague, there will be a team member who will need to be told something that they may not like. I think understanding that what their shoes look like at that point of time will help us make that statement, that conversation more pleasant. The other thing that I want to talk about is that there will be disagreements. Being well-spoken, being articulate doesn't mean you have to just take on people and be contrarian for the sake of it, be an argumentative person. It's really important to make a point, but it's even more important to make it gracefully. You want to be able to be respected by the people you disagree with. And one way of doing that is by starting your position. And of course, what you verbalize is a manifestation of that position. By starting your position with an open mind, being genuinely open. I mean, how many of us are really open-minded? Be open-minded, be flexible, and try and see things from the perspective of the person you disagree with first. Address it and then say what you want to say. The person you're disagreeing with feels acknowledged and validated. And then you're able to put your point across. I feel the life lesson of making a point while still holding the respect of the person you disagree with is very important. I would never tell anybody to not speak up because they may be unpopular. You must speak up, you must say what you say, but say it in a manner that's balanced, where your opponent or your colleague who you disagree with still ends up respecting you, because ultimately that's the crux of life. We have to navigate environment, we have to navigate situation that may not be to our liking and our choosing. How are we going to adapt and be flexible in a place which is a minefield? You can't have a rigid path in a minefield. You got to sidestep and see how you can get through the day. Some days are going to be hard, some days are going to be really, really easy. But being flexible is the key.
Wonderful. So many insights. Thank you for that.
Are you a working professional stuck in mid-management? Then I'm revealing 3 career-killing mistakes you might be making. Number 1, relying solely on hard work. 2, failing to represent yourself and your work effectively. 3, investing in information, not implementational learnings. Companies want more than just technical skills. They value professionals who can communicate effectively, take the lead, and make real impact. People who have strong interpersonal traits like confidence, executive presence, and the ability to influence are considered assets to their companies. They are the ones who get noticed, promoted, and rewarded. Hi, I'm Sanjeev Datta, personality and leadership coach behind 9 international titles, including Miss World 17 and Miss Universe 21. In the last 23 years, I've trained corporate executives from top MNCs like the Big Four, Google, Tesla, Oracle, Coca-Cola, financial institutions, and many more across all sectors and industries. Now, I invite you to my 2-hour workshop called the Top 1% Leader, where I'll show you how to level up your personality to get a massive salary hike and promotions in your career. I've designed a unique theatrical action method that will help you to transform both inner and outer personality to gain respect, recognition, and compliments from your bosses and colleagues. If you're serious about growing in your career and become the next leader of the company, then you must join the Top 1% Leader Workshop. Click on the link, book your spot now.
And also adding to it, with a little bit of my experiences, that effective communication is not just about what to say, it's about how to say.
Absolutely.
And that is a very important ingredient which you need to involve in and practice so that you can be an eloquent communicator, to be able to convince the room, convince people, and adjust and adapt to the situation.
Effective communicator, something out of how you say it. So, and since you've been a coach to the beauty pageants as well, in my final year, in my final year, in my final question at the Miss India pageant, all of us, all the 5 finalists asked one question, same format as Miss Universe. And the question was the Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky affair was the highlight of the time. So we'd all thought about different angles, and my household was one which really encouraged debate and discussion on the dining table. So suddenly the question comes: if you were Chelsea Clinton, nobody had even thought about her. If you were Chelsea Clinton, what advice would you give your parents? And sir, believe you me, we all wrote the same answer because we had to write the answer. And I was a second last speaker to speak. They'd all said what had to be said. And there was the master of ceremonies of Mr. Kabir Bedi. He was holding the parchi on which we had written the answer. So I just said, as Chelsea Clinton, I would tell my parents to stick together, because ultimately the family is the most important unit in society. And that's pretty much what everybody said. But it's just how I said it that was more effective, not just to the 9 people there, but the live audience that just erupted with massive applause, because I was confident and I said it with conviction, saying that, look, if I were Chelsea Clinton, I would tell my parents to stick together, because after all, family is the most important unit in society.
Wow.
As a 19-year-old, I mean, it sometimes I'm also shocked that, how they managed to do it. But it's absolutely right. It's not sometimes what you say, but how you say it.
Wonderful. So I call hesitation, shyness, reserved and held back approach a success killer. What is your opinion?
I couldn't agree more. I think when you're unable to put out there what you want to do, what you want to say, and what you feel, the people who speak a lot more, they can potentially not give you an opportunity to speak. So being confident and being assertive are 2 very, very important qualities. Having said that, when it comes to being shy, I don't think being reserved is the same thing. There are people who will speak very little, but very effectively and in an incredible manner. So it's not always important to be the only person talking. It's really important to be a good listener as well, and speak when there is an opening to really make an effective point is also an extremely potent strategy, because it lets people think that they've got it all covered, especially in a combative environment. It could be in a room where there are multiple ideas being floated, especially in things like GDs, general discussion-based interviews. Just talking loudly and being this dominating person will get you noticed. But there could be 2 people like that. Then you may want somebody who, maybe the interviewers are looking for somebody who is more effective, but it also has the ability to listen. Well, of course, I'm not condoning being shy. Being shy is just shackling yourself. You have to unshackle yourself and be confident in your bearing in the manner in which you speak. But also speaking effectively involves listening very carefully.
Absolutely. 50% of communication, effective communication, is active listening. And that's a very, very important ingredient. So you just don't have to speak every time. And another very big myth is that you speak through your mouth. Yes, you do. The words, the sounds come out from your mouth, but you speak through your entire body language. You speak through your eyes. You speak through your eyebrows, your expressiveness. So all that is something which you definitely have to be able to improve upon and use these 9 human interaction cues so that you can be an effective communicator, and people will be able to give you attention and learn from what you're speaking. And that's where you create impression, impact, and influence. So very well put. Thank you for that.
Impression, impact, influence, and inspiration.
If you want to go
4 eyes.
If you want to go to the great level, then inspire people. You must know how to inspire people. If you want to develop an irresistible personality and get promoted to leadership roles, you can register for my Top 1% Leader workshop just by clicking the link below, and I will show you how to do that.